Hi everyone, welcome back to our Read Aloud segment. It's Ash again from the publications team at Pioneer Valley Books. Today I'm reading At the Tide Pool, one of our InfoCodables nonfiction decodable books. And I'm reading it right here on the rocky coast of Maine, surrounded by real tide pools, just like in the book. I'm sharing this read aloud so you can see how our nonfiction decodables sound and how they help build early reading skills. This story is a part of our Long Vowels Silent E skill category with a focus on AE, EE, IE, and OE. Let's dive in.
At the Tide Pool, written by Michelle Dufresne. A tide pool is a small pool of seawater. As the waves come in with the tide, seawater fills holes and cracks in the rocks. When the waves go back out, seawater gets stuck and makes a tide pool. Many animals and plants get stuck in the pool. You can find tide pools all along rocky shores. These pools can be a few inches or a few feet deep. The tide pool is home to many animals. Animals that live in the small pools must cope with waves that rush into their homes. They also must cope with the sun that blazes down and makes the seawater hot. Tide pools are like mini oceans. Animals that live in them must survive waves, the hot sun, and limited space. Here is a sea star. Sea stars are not fish. Most sea stars have 5 arms. You can find many sea stars in tide pools. Can you see the white bumps on the sea star? These bumps are spines. The spines help keep the sea star safe from predators. Sea stars have hundreds of tube feet. They use their feet to move around and to capture prey. Here are some clams. The shells on clams keep them safe from the waves that crash on the rocks. The shells also keep them safe from predators. Here is a crab. It also has a shell. The crab clings to a rock as the waves roll in. Shore crabs are scavengers. They keep tide pools clean by eating bits of food left behind by other animals. You can find many kinds of seaweed in tide pools. Seaweed comes in many sizes. It is food for the animals that live in the tide pools. Seaweed is not actually a plant. It does not have roots, stems, leaves, or flowers. It is algae. Seaweed can be very tiny or very big. Giant kelp is a kind of seaweed that can grow to be 150 feet long. Here is our glossary, and then on the back inside cover, we have our phonics focus words, high-frequency words, knowledge-building words, and 2 comprehension questions. And on the back cover, we have the skill category and phonics focus, and the word count.
Thanks so much for joining me. See you next time.